You know, most people want success. They want it bad, but they struggle. They wander. They spin their wheels. Why? Because setting goals, real, effective goals, is not just writing down a wish list. It's not just dreaming on paper. Goals, they're like magnets. They'll attract the things that make them come true, but only if you set them right. And here's the truth you need to hear. Most goals don't work because most people don't work on their goals. They set a goal and forget it. They hope for change without planning for it. But success is predictable. It's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. And it starts with goals. Real goals. Goals that pull you forward every day. Goals that don't just sit on paper, but come alive inside your mind, your heart, and your actions. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to set goals that actually work. Goals that will shape your life, your future, and who you become. Because what you become is far more valuable than what you get. Are you ready? Let's begin. Let me begin with a simple truth. Most people don't have goals. They have hopes. They have dreams, but not goals. There's a difference, a big one. Goals, they're like magnets. They'll attract the things that make them come true. That's what I learned early. And when I understood that, my life began to change. See, you don't just stumble into success. You design it, you decide on it, and you work for it. Now, don't let that frighten you. Let it inspire you. Because the moment you decide to live intentionally is the moment your life begins to shift. Let's lay the foundation. Let's talk about what goal setting really is. Now, I'm not against dreaming. Dream big. But don't stop there. Take that dream and put it on paper. Put a date next to it. Make a plan. Break it down. Because a dream without a plan is just a wish. And here's what I found: people don't fail because they aim too high and miss. They fail because they aim too low and hit. Set a goal that excites you and scares you a little at the same time. That's when you know it's right. You might say, Jim, I want to make $1 million. Fine. But let me ask you, what kind of person will you need to become to earn that million? That's the real prize. Not the million, but the person you become in pursuit of it. The major reason for setting a goal is what it makes of you to accomplish it. If the goal is big enough, you won't just change your bank account. You'll change your character. You'll upgrade your mindset. You'll strengthen your discipline. And friends, that's what lasts. That's what matters. You've got to get clear. Crystal clear. If your goals are vague, your results will be blurry. If your goals are sharp, your actions will be focused. Ask yourself, what do I really want? Why do I want it? Who will I become when I achieve it? Because clarity fuels commitment. Most people coast through life with a foggy mind and a vague plan. That's why they end up where they didn't want to be. But not you. You can change that. Today, don't just chase what others are chasing. Don't set goals just to impress the crowd. Dig deep. Ask yourself the hard questions. What do you want your life to look like in 5 years? Who do you want to become in the next decade? What will you regret if you never start? Because the biggest pain isn't failure. It's regret. Choose your goals from your heart, not from your fears, not from pressure, not from comparison. And once you've decided, write it down. Don't just think about it. Don't just talk about it. Write it down. I teach this everywhere I go. The act of writing your goal down moves it from your imagination into your reality. It creates commitment. It creates clarity. It reminds you every single day of the life you've chosen to pursue. And when you pen to paper, something powerful happens. It activates your mind. It tells your brain, this matters. So let's pause here. Let's reflect. You now know what the foundation looks like. A goal is a dream with a plan. You grow more than you get. Clarity is power. Write it down. Remember this. Don't start your day until you've finished it in your mind. And don't start your year until your goals are set sharp and solid. Because goals give your life direction. Discipline gives it fuel. And desire keeps it burning when times get tough. You've just laid the foundation. Next, we'll talk about how to write down your goals and make them specific, measurable, and alive. Ready? Let's keep going. Now that you understand the foundation, let's take it one step further. Here's the truth. A vague goal is like a ship without a rudder. It drifts, it floats, it never reaches the shore. But a specific goal, now, that's a compass, that's direction, that's power. Don't just think about it. Don't just dream about it. Write it down. That's what I did. And my life began to change. You see, writing forces you to slow down, to think, to filter. What do I really want? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Writing takes the invisible and makes it visible. It brings order to chaos. It transforms a wish into a commitment. Let me say it again, write it down. You want to earn $100,000 a year? Fine. Write it. You want to lose 20 pounds? Write it. You want to learn a new skill, move to a new city, build a new life? Put it on paper. Because what gets written gets real. Don't just say, I want to be successful. That's not a goal. That's a general idea. Say this instead. I want to earn $10,000 a month through my business by December 31st, 2025. And now that's specific. That's measurable. That gives you something to aim for. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. And if you can't manage it, it won't happen. Success is not an accident. Success is a plan, and plans begin with details. The mind is like a guided missile. It needs coordinates. Give it direction and it will seek solutions. Give it specifics and it will work while you sleep. Here's the magic: the more detailed your goal, the more energy your mind will give to achieving it. It'll notice opportunities. It'll spark ideas. It'll filter distractions. That's how you make progress. That's how you create momentum. Don't stop at just one goal. Set goals in every area of your life. Set goals for what you want, but also set goals for who you want to become. Here are some categories. Financial goals: what do you want to earn? Save. Invest. Personal development goals: what skills do you want to learn? What books will you read? Health goals: how do you want to feel? What will you eat? How often will you move? Relationship goals: who do you want to spend more time with? Who do you need to forgive? Spiritual goals: what do you want to believe? What values will you live by? Each area matters, because success isn't just money, it's life fully lived. Now that you've written your goals, speak them daily. Yes, daily, because repetition builds belief. Say, I am a disciplined, focused, and unstoppable person. I am becoming the person who deserves the life I desire. Why say them? Because the mind believes what it hears, especially when it hears it from you. What you say shapes what you believe. What you believe shapes what you do. And what you dog shapes your destiny. Every morning, review your goals. Every evening, reflect on your progress. This is the habit of the successful. They don't drift. They stay on track. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Reviewing your goals builds that bridge. Let's recap. Write your goals down clearly and specifically. Break them into categories. Speak them aloud. Review them daily. If you do that, you'll be ahead of 95% of people, because most never take the time. Most people spend more time planning a vacation than planning their life. Don't be like most people. Be deliberate, intentional. Be clear. Next, we'll talk about why you must have a reason bigger than the goal. Because when challenges come, and they will, it's your why that'll carry you through. Let's continue. Ready? Let's go. Let me tell you something that changed my life. Reasons come first. Answers come second. You want to know the how? Then first, you've got to figure out the why. See, the goal is the target. But the reason, the reason, that's the fire. That's the fuel. It's not enough to just set a goal. You've got to find a reason so strong, it pulls you through any storm. Because the moment things get tough, and they will. If your goal is built only on desire, you'll quit. But if it's backed by a reason, you'll endure. You'll fight. You'll grow. Let me explain. Anyone can set a goal. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to earn $1 lakh. I want to buy a house. But why? Why do you want to lose the weight? Why do you want the income? Why do you want the house? Don't say, just because. That's not enough. Because when you're tired, when you're discouraged, when the results are slow, you'll give up. But if your reason is strong, if it's deep, you won't. You'll keep going. Maybe you want to lose the weight so you can be there for your kids longer. Maybe you want to earn the money so you can retire your parents. Maybe you want the house so your family finally has a place to call home. Now that's power. That's a reason that can carry you through the pain. When the promise is clear, the price is easy. You know what moves people. Emotion, not logic. And when you tie your goals to something emotional, they become real. Let me ask you this, what keeps you awake at night? What breaks your heart? What fires you up? That's your reason. Your goal needs to be tied to something that matters. Something that wakes you up with purpose. Something that makes you say, I don't care how hard this gets. I'm doing it. Because you've got the right why, you'll figure out any how. Now let me get real with you. Sometimes, motivation runs dry. You won't always feel like doing the work. But reasons build discipline. It's easy to hit snooze if your goal is vague. It's hard to hit snooze when your dream is connected to your daughter's future, or your health, or your freedom. Discipline is born from desire, but it's strengthened by reasons. So, next time you don't feel like it, don't think about the goal. Think about the reason. That will get you moving. The bigger the why, the easier the how. When you've got a reason, you become resilient. You bounce back faster. You fight harder. You don't just survive, you grow. Life's going to throw punches. Goals are tested. Dreams are delays. They keep you standing. They whisper, don't quit. Keep going. This matters. Here's what I've found. You can't borrow someone else's reason. It's got to be yours. Your refire. Your story. It could be to prove something to yourself. To break a generational curse. To show your kids what's possible. To finally live the life you know you deserve. It doesn't matter what it is. It just has to matter deeply to you. When it does, you'll stop making excuses. You'll stop procrastinating. You'll take action. One of the most beautiful things about having a deep reason is that it keeps you grounded. It reminds you why you started. Because here's the truth, success without purpose, it feels empty. But success with reason, now that's fulfillment. You stay humble, you stay grateful, and you stay hungry. That's how you keep going. That's how you keep growing. Don't just chase the goal. Find the reason behind it. Because when your reason is big enough, you'll do the impossible. What's your reason? Write it down. Think about it every morning. Let it guide you every evening. And never forget it. Now let me say this, my friend. The walls that stop most people aren't built from bricks. They're built from doubt, fear, and hesitation. You've got your goal. You've found your reason. You've started the journey. But now comes the resistance, the test, the real training. Because once you commit to a dream, the obstacles appear. And I'll tell you something I learned early. Life doesn't give you what you want. Life gives you what you deserve. So let's talk about that middle part, the gap between setting the goal and seeing it fulfilled. It's where most people give up, but not you. Not this time. This time we stay the course. Let's break it down. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Obstacles don't show up to stop you. They show up to build you. The gym doesn't make you weaker. It makes you stronger by offering resistance. The same goes for life. You grow when you're challenged. You learn when you're stretched. You rise when you refuse to fold. So when trouble shows up, smile. Say, this is my training. This is how I become the person worthy of the goal. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Most people are shocked when things don't go smoothly, but you shouldn't be. Expect the detours, expect the delays, expect the pushback. Because if your goal is worth it, then yes, it will be hard. Jim used to say, for every disciplined effort, there is a multiple reward. But the discipline, that's where most people quit. Why? Because they didn't prepare for resistance. But you're different. You're getting ready now. You're equipping your mind. And that's the advantage. Here's a big one. In the middle of the battle, your mind will start whispering, "You're not good enough. This is too much. Why bother?" Don't listen. Talk back. Say, "I am strong enough. This is part of my process. I have a reason that matters." You've got to talk to yourself with more passion than your doubts whisper at you. Because if you don't, the world will talk you out of your dreams. Here's a powerful truth. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Most people commit once. They say, "I'm all in" on January 1st, then they're all out by February. But true commitment is daily. It's in the routines. It's in the quiet choices no one sees. You show your commitment by doing what's hard, by staying consistent, by honoring the goal even when motivation is gone. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and their accomplishment. Build that bridge. Walk across it every single day. Want to stay committed? Then track your progress, not just the result. If you only look at the scale or the bank account or the applause, you might get discouraged. But if you track your effort, if you track what you control, you stay encouraged. You say, "I showed up. I followed through. I improved." And guess what? That builds momentum. And momentum leads to breakthrough. Don't walk this path alone. Every great achievement was built by someone who had support. Mentors, peers, books, voices. If you hang around complainers, you'll quit. If you hang around winners, you'll rise. Feed your mind the right words. Find people who believe in goals, who live with purpose, who remind you why you started. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely. You will fall. That's a promise. But what matters is not the fall. It's the get up. Every champion has scars, but they also have stories. And your story will be one of rising, not quitting, of falling forward, not staying down. The greatest success is not perfection. It's resilience. So when you miss a day, when you mess up, when it feels like it's all going wrong, smile. Get up. Begin again. Because your future is still waiting for you. Don't be afraid of the struggle. Don't fear the resistance. Don't back down from the storm. It's all part of it. The same wind blows on us all, Jim Rohn would say. It's the set of the sail that determines the direction of your life. So set your sail with purpose. Steady your course. And when the waves rise, you rise higher. You're becoming the kind of person who doesn't just set goals, you reach them. We'll bring it all together in the final step, becoming the person who achieves the goal. Because setting the goal is great, but becoming the person who deserves that goal, that's where the transformation happens. Let's keep going. You're almost there. Now here's the truth. It's not about the goal. It never was. It's about who you become while pursuing it. You see, the magic of goal setting isn't in getting the thing, the car, the income, the title. The real reward is becoming the kind of person who earns it. The goal may motivate you to start, but it's the journey that transforms you. Set the kind of goals that will make something of you to achieve them. That's the secret. A goal should stretch you, push you, make you uncomfortable. Because that tension, that's where growth lies. If the goal is too easy, you won't grow. And if you don't grow, you'll never feel fulfilled. Set goals that demand more from you, more discipline, more courage, more patience, not because the goal matters, but because you do. Let me tell you, success is heavy. You've got to be strong enough to carry it. That's why some people win the lottery and lose it all. Why some folks get the opportunity and blow it. Because they didn't become the person who could handle it. That's the real preparation. You want $1 million. Become the person who's disciplined enough to manage it. You want influence. Become the person who has wisdom, not just words. You want freedom? Then master yourself first, because life will give you what you're ready for. And if you're not ready, it'll take it back. And it's stuck with me for life. Success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. It's not a chase. It's alignment. You build the character. You develop the mindset. You raise your standards. And suddenly success shows up. Not because you begged for it, but because you became it. You stopped waiting and started building. And that's the key. You already have the potential. But potential is wasted if it's not activated. So let's ask the real question. Who must you become to achieve your goal? Maybe you need to wake up earlier. Speak more confidently. Let go of excuses. Surround yourself with better influences. Take care of your body. Or finally trust yourself. It's not just about doing more. It's about being more. The best version of you isn't in the past. It's not even today. It's in the next level of discipline. The next level of awareness. The next level of growth. You go there and you stay there. That's when your life changes. Now let me leave you with this. Don't wait until the finish line to be proud. Celebrate the fact that you started. Celebrate that you're showing up, that you're thinking bigger, planning better, living with intention, perfection. That's not the goal. Progress is. Every time you choose effort over ease, you're winning. Every time you stay consistent when no one's watching, you're growing. And every time you keep a promise to yourself, you're becoming. And isn't that the whole point? Someday, someone will ask you, how did you do it? And you'll say, I started. I kept going. I learned. I adjusted. I grew. I stopped blaming. I took responsibility. I set a goal and I became someone better trying to reach it. That's the story worth telling. Not a perfect life, but a life of purpose. So here's the final message. Set the goal. Then get to work becoming the person who earns it. Because in the end, what you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Your future is calling. It doesn't need the old you. It needs the upgraded version, the focused version, the disciplined version. That version is built through action. So go now, build, stretch, grow. Become the person who lives the life you've imagined. It's possible. It's within reach. And it starts now.